Is this the most hands-on team owner in the NASCAR garage area? Mario Gosselin is a former driver, winning in the ARCA division, a full-time crew chief, winning championships in the NASCAR Canadian Tire Series, a full-time team owner since 1998, and a full-time mechanic. Simply, he's doing it all. To say the least, he's been in this game for a while. DGM was founded in 1998. 2024 marks Mario's 7th year in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Mario is still a driver at heart and admits he wasn't ready to step out of the car and call it a career. Take a listen as he came on to the Pit Crew podcast.
I wasn't ready to step out of the car at that time. I always felt like I was gonna race again. But it's just what I had to do. It just, paid the bills and felt like that was what I needed to do.
Being a car owner is a tough responsibility alone, ranging from keeping the sponsors happy, drivers motivated, and the team intact. Mario also is the crew chief for Kyle Weatherman, setting up the number 91 Drive Smart car week in and week out, sitting on the pit box, making calls throughout the race, and organizing pit strategy. You also find him being hands-on, working on the race car in the garage, similar to a crew member. Well, you're probably wondering what Mario's life is like off the racetrack. Well, you can find him being a full-time mechanic at the DGM race shop, repairing his cars from Lake Wells, Florida. Florida is not the normal home for a NASCAR team. Take a listen as Mario talks about the challenges of operating a NASCAR team out of Florida.
Logistically, it's a little more challenging, but at the end of the day, I feel like we're able to keep our operating costs down, even though we have logistical challenges. I feel like it helps keep our operating costs down being in Florida. Obviously Charlotte is the center of it all, and there's a lot of teams. There's a lot of Cup teams. There's a lot of teams with big funding, and if you get some good guys working for you, a lot of times they get approached and they're gone. Being here, headquartered in Florida, we try to bring some people in and keep the same people,
While being a former driver, Mario is quite the driver coach for his up-and-coming team drivers. With DGM being a family-ran business, this man eats, sleeps, and breathes racing, making him hands down one of the hardest working car owners in the NASCAR garage area. Similar to what I would call a throwback to the 1970s, where every car owner had a hat in every field and took care of business on their own. Mario's story is the definition of hard work pays off. Mario has some stories from his years in the sport. This is definitely a fan favorite. Take a listen.
I'm down in the pits with the guys trying to get a plan together what we're going to do, and the only thing I knew was caution's back out. Great. I think I'm talking to one of the officials. We're doing something, and then of course I heard the crowd roar, and I'm like, what's going on? And I turn around, and of course I see my car on the start-finish line, and Josh is walking towards pit road, and I'm like, well, guess we don't have to worry about a plan to fix this thing. Pretty sure we're done here. They impounded the car. They put Josh in the trailer. We'll call it jail. Of course, it delayed going back to racing for a little bit, but I think the fans loved it.
If you enjoyed today's video, like and subscribe for more content.